Hi, hello everyone. Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd. I hope you are doing well, very well, in fact. I'm going to talk about some albums that are 10 out of 10, in my opinion, records from the 2000s that are 10 out of 10. We'll get into those in a second before I start listing them out and kind of explain the nature of this video. I do want to give a shout out to the good people over at The Ridge who make not just sleek, awesome, fantastic, minimal wallets, but this new dealie they have over here, a key case. You freaking stick your keys in here, and then you fold them out, and then one by one, and then what? What? Literally, it's just my car dealie on my keychain right now in this. I've never been so clean on the keychain. Holds a handful of keys. It's, of like a rugged little design, minimal little design, just like the wallets. I've never been so in love with a sponsor before. Hit up The Ridge for all of your carrying thing needs, be it wallet stuff, key stuff. They got bags and a host of other things. Once more, link down below, promo code melon, 10% off, all you got to know. All right, so as you guys know, because you clicked on this video, I'm going to list out a handful of albums that I think are 10 out of 10 that come from the 2000s. What I plan to do is, if you guys love this video and you respond well to it, I'm going to go back and do a couple of albums from the 90s, a couple in an 80s video, a 70s one, a 60s one as well, and maybe kind of like, continue through those rounds and add some more records here and there. I do often get questions on my channel, not only about the records that I've given a 10 out of 10 over the past decade, where I kind of did most of my reviewing, but, also I get a lot of people asking, hey, what are some albums from before you started reviewing that you would give a 10 out of 10? Now, of course, the records in this video may not be a really big surprise to a lot of you, because you may have in various videos seen me praise the fuck out of these records. You may have seen me do classic reviews of these records, which if we do have them on lock, we will put them in the description box so you can check them out for yourself and see me pouring over these records in a more formal and direct sense. But considering I get this question quite often, I thought it would be cool to come on here and just formally say these are records that are, yes, outside of that time range that I was reviewing things, that if I had the chance to score them right now, which I do, these I would say are canon. These scores are canon. I'm not just saying this to say this in the video. These are canon scores. Starting off with Daft Punk's 2001 album, which I have reviewed, Discovery. This thing's a fucking 10, baby. It's a 10 all the way. And, arguably one of the best, if not the best, house and dance record of all time. Not only because the production is amazing, the songs are super catchy, but it is a colorful, versatile, and ambitious and conceptual little record that feels like a movie, very much in a sense. The album kind of is, or at least ties in with one. Like, it's not even the gold standard, but I would say the diamond or platinum standard of dance records. And there's not a single song on it that doesn't bop. There's not really anything about this record that I think could possibly make me enjoy it more than I already do. This record's a fucking 10. It's a 10, bitch. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da. Moving on from there, we have another record from 2001. It is System of a Down's Toxicity. Yes, in my opinion, this record is a 10. Every song on it bangs. Every song on it goes hard. The messaging and lyrics of this record, sadly and eerily enough, get more and more relevant each day. The absurd tracks are hilarious. The variety of melodies and riffs across the album are amazing. The flow from track to track is fantastic. I think this is hands down one of the greatest metal records of all time, not only in terms of its production, its ferocity, but also songwriting as well. You have a one-of-a-kind guitarist and riff writer there, Serge. You have a one-of-a-kind freaking vocalist there, one of the most versatile and recognizable in the metal genre. This is also one of the few records that I've been listening to since high school that I actually still fuck with super heavy to this day, and it's not even really for nostalgia purposes. Like, there are tons of albums and bands that I enjoyed back during that time that I just do not get much of anything out of now. So yes, in so many words, Toxicity rules and is amazing, and you absolutely should listen to it. I, without a doubt, would say this record is a 10 out of a freaking 10. Damn, was 2001 a banger fucking year. There was another record or two from that year that I was considering for this list, but I would like to shout out, of course, Björk's Vesper Teen here, which longtime viewers should not really be surprised by me saying this is a 10 out of 10, not only because I have classic reviewed this record and I praise the hell out of it, but really any opportunity that I get to praise this record, I absolutely absolutely do. Not only are Björk's vocals and songwriting on another level with this LP, but the instrumentation and production is just divine and otherworldly. Still to this day, this record sounds like it's from another planet, another world, another dimension, in a way that is wholly unique to it. This thing is, like I was saying about Daft Punk earlier, a bit of a gold and diamond platinum standard for art pop. There are few albums in the genre that I feel contend with this one. All right, next we have the 2000 album Lift Your Skinny Fists Like Antennas to Heaven from Canadian post-rock and experimental rock outfit Godspeed, You Black Emperor. Yeah, this album is amazing. Reviewed it before. I have praised the hell out of it. In fact, I don't think I get enough opportunities to praise it really, but this is a grand, devastating, beautiful, at some points also inspiring, just wonderful album. The strings and arranged instrumentation on this thing are immaculate. And of course, in terms of flow, this project is unique as well, considering that a lot of the pieces on this thing are quite lengthy and multifaceted, with the various passages within segueing into each other. This record is quite cinematic as well, though I would say the movie is more of a film depicting the end of modern society, something like that. Though there are some rays of hope at particular passages of the record, I will note that. And finally, I want to give a shout out to the 2004 LP between MF Doom and Madlib. Rest in peace, Doom, of course. Madvillainy, because that was the the name of their project together as they collaborated on this record. And yeah, this thing is pretty much a defining record for abstract hip hop. Unique, next level, amazing, mind-blowing production from track to track. MF Doom, one of the most unique and influential underground MCs of all time in rare form. And we know how high quality most of his records are, but like on this record, he truly was another level with some of his most funny, clever, witty, memorable, and genre-defining bars and verses. Gallons and gallons and gallons of ink have been spilled in praise of this album, and it is worthy of every drop that it's received. In terms of its impact and influence, I feel like this LP just gets more relevant every year. Everyone from Billy Woods to even freaking Drake has a place in their hearts for MF Doom and, for Madlib and for this record. And after you listen to this album, it is not hard to see why, because there is something that is so universally smart, unique, entertaining, and flavorful about this record that I think if you're a fan of hip-hop in any way, shape, or form, the creativity of this thing is just going to snap to you, because it is just so neat. It is so out there. It is so well done. There's so many bops and bangers throughout the track list on this thing, though the track list is kind of a unique one, especially in the league of albums that I've listed out so far, because everything I've put into this video up until this point has a pretty smooth flowing track list where a lot of the songs come together and reinforce each other in sort of an obvious way. Not as clear on this one though, because there's so many cuts and they operate in almost like a rough mixtape type fashion. It's a bit of a potpourri thing, jumping all over the place, but still each track ends up adding to this record's overall personality and character. And I think I am going to leave it there. Yes, without question, I would give this record a 10 out of fucking 10. And yeah, these albums are 10s. Like I said earlier in the video, I do plan to go back and do a bit of a 90s thing. After this, we'll go to the 90s and we'll hit up a few albums from the 90s that I think are 10s, and we'll hit you with those. But, between now and then, give me your thoughts in the comments, and if you want me to continue sort of listing out albums that in my opinion are 10s. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one or anything that we end up doing over here. Over here next to my head is another video that you can check out. Hit that up, or the link to subscribe to the channel. Anthony Fantano, music at 10s forever.